the wood deck companies for ship models, for example. A lot of times they I send them the kit. So they don't get it until I get it and I send it to them. So now that's not for every manufacturer. I am sure that there are aftermarket companies that work really close with some of the manufacturers that perhaps get early samples. Um, I don't want to speak for the aftermarket companies because some of them have their ways of doing things and they may in fact get early copies. But for the most of the time, you can see a trend that when a new kit comes out, there's X amount of time before you start seeing the aftermarket stuff trickle out. So that A6 is still relatively new. So I'm sure we'll start seeing stuff. I know that the next version of that kit in 72 scale from Trumpeter, those will be here soon. I am pretty sure we just put those up on our website. Let me take a look real quick. I don't know if I've got a price on it yet. Let's see. Look, because that I don't see it. It might be hidden. I might have put it on and I just haven't unhid it yet because I may not have a price. But anyway, they've got a second version of that coming. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So the E model, no, that's their 32 scale. There it is. So the A model is the one that is already released, the one that you're asking about, I guess. Let's see. Share my screen. Poof, there we go. So that's the one you're asking about, and that did come, and we sold out. Very popular kit. But they've actually just announced the next version of this, which is the E model, and those will be coming in very soon. So it's a really nice kit. I'm excited to get the next version of it, and again, going back to the aftermarket stuff, I am sure all that will be coming down the line soon. So we'll keep an eye out for that, and as soon as those are available, we'll certainly have them. Let's see, who else do we have in here tonight? Scotty is here, and Barry. Nice to see you guys. Oh yeah, and there you go. So last week, remember we had the Scale Colors guy, Jeff Earn. And at that time, his website was down, so nobody could order his paint. So, according to Scotty, he has placed an order with you, Jeff, and your website is apparently fully functional. So, that's good news, and everybody should go buy some paint from Jeff. It's good stuff. So, that's cool. And Frank is here. Any update on the Nose Art series? So, I assume you were talking about our Birds of War series, and we have them all ready, the ones that are on our website that you can see. They're all out of stock. The 3D files, they're ready. The Shoo Shoo Baby, I believe, is the only one that we have actually had and sold and shipped to people. But we have been in the process for too long now of upgrading our 3D printers. And we've got the new printers. They work. We've tested them, but we needed more space in our warehouse for our ever growing inventory. So instead of having a 3D set up at our warehouse, the 3D room, so to speak, as we call it, is being moved here behind me. So as you can see behind me, this is my model station. In this room, this is actually, I don't know, maybe 50 yards from my house. This used to be where I worked on my son's dirt bikes when he was racing a couple of years ago. And as you can see, the garage has been turned into a model room. But this that you can see in this frame is just half of the room. The other half of the room over here behind my stash here, that's where the 3D printers are being set up, and it's just taking me way too long to get it done. But that is coming, and as soon as I get those set up, that entire Nose Art series will be available. And not just that, but I've had a lot of people lately asking about the Blue Ridge models 350th and 700 scale ship model accessories. And a lot of those are out of stock at the moment. But those two will be back in full production. Let's see, what else do we have? there's another really cool item that I think is really cool. I don't know if you can see on the top right there, 72 scale Type 7 U-boat from Reville. Old kit, um, a great kit. I love it. But a long time ago, Yankee Model Works produced an upper pressure hull that actually goes under the deck in that kit. And if you replace the plastic deck on that kit with a wood deck that's got the limber holes and the drain holes cut out of it, it's a 72 scale. You can see right through it. And if you just replace that and you see through it, you're just seeing nothing because it's inside the hull. It's just a plastic kit. There's nothing in there. Well, Yankee Model Works came up with this pressure hull because on the real things you've got all those machinery pieces in there that makes up the pressure hull that makes the submarine do what it does. And they created this. You put it in there, install it, put the wood deck on with the holes cut out. Really, really adds to the model. And of course, you've got to drill out the drain holes on the side of the plastic hull. But once you do all that and you go through the trouble, it really, really makes it a lot nicer. So they produced that, and when we bought Yankee Model Works several years ago and converted all of those products into our Blue Ridge Models line, we continued to sell that pressure hull. And it's incredible how many of those sold. But as time went on, and of course, you may or may not know the story. If you don't, you can go to the About Us section on our website and read the whole story. But when we sold Free Time Hobbies, all of that stuff went with it. Then when we bought Squadron and we bought Free Time Hobbies back, we got all of that stuff back. So we have, instead of just re-releasing the resin kit as it was, we decided to go back to the drawing board and completely redesign it using 3D technology and the 3D printers and all that. So we've got a really, really nice, all new design. It's ready to go, and we've tested it, and it's really going to be something, I think, if you're a fan of this kind of thing like I am. But as soon as we get all the printers set up, that too will be one of the, a new product that'll be available, and that will be as a Blue Ridge Models. Another thing that's going to be neat is with Flagship Models, yet another brand that we own that all the products are currently out of production. Before Rusty White passed away, one of his last models that he produced was the Choctaw, and it's a really cool looking boat. And that was his last one, but it was one of the only ones that he actually designed in full 3D. So when we get everything set up, we've got all those files, we've made some adjustments to them because back a few years ago when he produced that, they were resin cast and everything, and we're going to do that. It's going to be a full 3D kit now. It's going to be really neat. So a lot of exciting things coming that just require me to have a few extra minutes in the day to get these printers up and running. But when we do, we'll have a lot of cool stuff coming. So there you go, Frank. There's the answer to your question, and and a lot more answers for questions that you didn't even ask. So let's see who else do we, and guys. I don't have anything going on tonight or planned, so please ask questions in the live chat. If anybody's got something they want to show off, I can send a link in the live chat. I'd be happy to have somebody join me and say hello, show off what you're building. It's really easy. I just send you a link, you click it, have your camera ready to go, and we're hanging out. So, and let's see who else. We got Tommy here tonight, and Brian from Denver, and David Waples. Hey, buddy. Nice to see you. Dave has I guess David, you might call it whatever you call it, but I'm going to call it an online model club. Now, he's got his model club there that they meet in person, but they also stream their club meetings, and they do like everybody can join. So if you're not there, so I've joined them before. It's very cool. And their model club, it's all about ship models. So if you're a ship modeler, make sure to hook up with Dave sometime and maybe get in on that. They got a really good group of guys out there, and they know their stuff about ships, and just really cool stuff. Jose, all the way from Ecuador. Nice to see you tonight, my friend. And Jeff, you got that Dam Busters Lancaster on order. Did you see the video I posted of that today? It's a huge kit. I opened it up. When I did the video, I had not opened it yet. So I cut the box open live. Well, not live, I was recording it. But I opened the top, and when I saw how many sprues were in there, I'm like, I don't have enough time to, to do this. And I didn't even open all of them, and it still took like 20 minutes. The video ended up being about 20 minutes long. So it's a super kit. So we've actually received them, I think, at least 2, maybe even 3 times now. But I've got so many pre-orders for them, I've not been able to say that it's in stock yet. But I think, unless we just have another run of pre-orders on them, I think on the next shipment, when they come in, we will finally be able to fulfill the rest of our pre-orders and perhaps have a few of them sitting on the shelf for anybody that prefers to wait till they're in stock. So it's a super nice kit. Man, it's expensive, but when you really go through it and see what you're getting, the quality is there. So it's a nice kit. Nick, nice to see you tonight. And oh, there's the question. Somebody at the shop asked me this morning. They said, "Are you going to be able to show any progress on the Dora?" And unfortunately, the answer is no. I have not been able to work on it in a couple of weeks now. I've just had so much stuff going on. And there's been so many new kits coming in that I've been trying to uh, look at and go through. You can see behind me on I've got me a little white table in here, and I've got that Pontos 200 scale Yamato set that I'm doing a video on that I hope to post by the end of the week. But did that Dam Busters video. We got a shipment from, and I'll show you these. Got a shipment from Pig Models. I don't know, sometime this week, and they've got some new releases. If you're familiar with Pig Models, or if you're not, they came out with a 135th scale 5-inch 38 gun mount turret, and let's see, there it is. Yeah, so they came out with this, and a lot of this big scale Navy gun stuff is getting really popular. I know TACOM has some of this stuff. I think Ming has a little bit. And one of the most popular ones lately has been that 40 millimeter quad from Zimmy. But Pig Models is doing this stuff too. And this was their first one. But we just got a sample, and these are coming in sometime soon. We'll have them up on our website for pre-order, hopefully by the end of the week. But this, if I can show it off here without a glare, this is a pretty cool thing. It was kind of a surprise. I didn't know that that it was coming, and poof, it showed up one day this week, and here it is. So this is 35th scale. That's the back of the box. Here's the front of the box. Same thing. 35th scale. This is the 76 millimeter Navy gun. These things have been around, and if I know my history on this thing, like I think I do, these things are used by all sorts of navies around the world, and the U.S. has used these. They were on the, I think, the Oliver Perry class frigates. They were on the Pegasus hydrofoils, and I believe they were on some cutters as well. But outside of that, they're on all sorts of stuff. So this is cool. It's a very, very quick build kit. Right before this live stream started, I finished up a video on this that I'll post tomorrow. But I mean, there's just not really much to it. You get, let's see, you get this sprue. You get this sprue, and that's it. It also comes with a pretty neat little resin figure, And again, I'll post the video and pictures of this tomorrow if this is something you'd be interested in. But all this big scale Navy gun stuff has really been getting popular. So this is just another addition to that. And let's see. Let me get this question off of here. So, Jason, to finish that up, no, and I hope to have some more information, more work on it soon. One thing that I did finally get done today, if any of you guys are building this kit, let's see. Uh-oh, I don't have it posted yet. Give me a second to find what I'm looking for, and I'll show you. I finally got the metal gun barrel for the Dora up on our website. So I know I've been talking about that for a little while. But if you have been waiting for it because you are crazy about Doras like me, they are finally up on the site and available. But I just got it on there today, so you can't find it unless you have the direct link, but that'll change by the morning time. So there that is. It's not cheap, but then again, the model kit itself is over $800. So this is just a humongous turned aluminum gun barrel. And you can see that picture there is the kit part, or the kit barrel, the plastic barrel, sitting right next to the aluminum barrel. And if you're wondering why is it so much shorter, the reason is the plastic kit barrel, for whatever reason, however Sore Art messed up on that one, the kit barrel is actually too long and it's not proportioned correctly. The breaks in the barrel are not the right size, they're not in the right spot, and there's several pictures to support this, and the tape measure also supports it. So the metal gun barrel fixes all those problems. So it's it's a cool thing. If you're into that sort of a thing, that is available now. So going back to pig models, one of the other things that they produced was an interesting thing, and this is 1 to 144 scale. And 1 to 144 scale, I have to apologize, I don't talk about it enough. I had one of our customers email me a week or so ago saying, hey, you never talk about 144 scale stuff, and that's all he's into. And you're right. So I apologize. I need to talk about it more because there's a lot of good kits in 144 scale. I guess I don't ever think about it because I don't build it myself. But I started looking, and there's a lot of good stuff that's already available in 144 scale. Rodin has so many good kits, and there's other things coming. So this Pig Models kit is 144, and this is kind of out in left field as far as model kits go, but it's a real thing. So this is a German, I guess World War I era, or in that time frame, observation balloon. And it's very interesting. There's nothing to it. It's got 2 sprues. One sprue is the 2 halves, and the other sprue is just the stand that holds it. Just not much to it. So this came out sometime last year. There's a picture of the real thing. I don't know if that's a colorized photo, but anyway, that's a real picture of what it looked like. And it came out earlier last year, I guess. And in this shipment that we got from Pig this week, they got a new version of it. It's the exact same model. The only difference in this is that it's got 40 figures to come with it. So the idea is you would be able to build this little diorama scene. I don't know if you can even see it here. Those are guys standing down there on the bottom, and they're holding it with, I guess, ropes. So it's, a kind of a crazy thing, and it's a little expensive for what it is, but, if that's what you're into, where else are you going to get one of these? So we'll have this, I don't know, the original version is around $50, but I don't know how much this one with the figures is going to be, but we'll have that figured out and up on the site, hopefully this week. And while we're talking about pig models, let's see, this kit, going back to this, they did a second version of it, a limited edition, as they called it, version. And this one included the canvas covers, but it also included these seagulls, 3D printed seagulls. And this is 35th scale. Well, this kit ended up being like really popular. I mean, the gun is cool, the covers are cool, and people like that. But we were having people buying multiples of these just to get the seagulls. Well, we kind of thought that was nuts. So Pig has now released a pack of seagulls. So I guess if you need some 35th scale seagulls for whatever project you're working on, you'll now be able to get them. And these are 3D printed. But, you know, there you go. Have some seagulls. So that's what's new from Pig models this week. And I don't really know how we got on Pig models from a question about how my Dora build is going. I guess I'm just avoiding the question because I'm embarrassed that I haven't got any progress work done on it in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, Michael, I don't know. I They came in and went out so fast I didn't have a chance to even look at them, so I don't have a clue what the kit looks like at this point. But hopefully on the next shipment I'll have a chance to grab one and take a look at it and maybe answer those questions. And Jose, that is actually a good question, and I actually do have WhatsApp. I am very new to it, but that's all of our international customers and suppliers alike have been asking for us to get on WhatsApp. So I've got an account, still learning how to use it. As soon as I get a little bit further down that road, I'll have some information out on that. But I know a lot of our non-U.S. customers would probably really appreciate that. So we'll keep that in mind and have it done soon, hopefully. Hey, Stuart, better late than never. Good to see you tonight, buddy. And Joseph, you say I mentioned a couple of JA. You might be talking about something that I was talking about a few minutes ago. So, um, if you want to tell me what we want to talk about there in another chat, I can come back to that. I'm not quite sure what we were talking about. Good to see you tonight, Dennis. Let's see. And here's my buddy Chris. Yeah, it is cold here tonight, Chris. I've got this heater sitting next to me that I keep turning off because I'm worried that it's loud in my microphone, but it's it's pretty cold. But it's all right. Hey, there's a lot of insulation above that metal when I when I did that. That metal roof in here is actually what used to be the roof on the outside of this building, but it as you can see it's all rusted and it was leaking and everything. So I replaced the tin on the roof, but I didn't have a ceiling in here, so I thought, hey, shove some insulation up there, use that old tin, might look kind of cool. So I don't know. I like it. But you're right, it is cold back here. Dave, going back to that pressure hull, yes, actually, I have thought about that. Um, the only problem is I don't have a Gato kit, and we've not been able to get one for a while. So if you happen to have a donor, you could let me borrow for a little while. We can create one, and I'd be happy to return the kit to you when we get done, and probably give you a good deal on the pressure hull for it too. So that is definitely something we've wanted to do, and I also want to do one for the Type 9 that they did. Um, it's just like I said, having possession of a kit is my issue on those at the moment. So let's see. Hey James, good to see you tonight. I appreciate it. Henry, good to see you as well. You guys coming to us from Facebook. And yeah, as I always like to say, we're streaming this to the Free Time Hobbies Facebook, the Squadron Facebook, our Twitter page or X, as they call it now, and then the main place, of course, is YouTube. So if you guys send a chat in on Facebook, they're not going to see it on YouTube. So if I answer a question that you don't see, that's why it's just coming from one of the other channels. So, and if I skip over your question, your comment, I apologize. I don't intend to leave anybody out. I just my screen, I got a lot of stuff going on here, so I'll try to get to everybody. This is one of those nights where I didn't really have anything planned, so I just really wanted to spend some time talking with you guys in the chat and make sure to answer as many of these questions as I can. So I'll do the best I can. So nice to see you tonight from Canada. Talking about it being cold here. Bet it's not as cold as it is up there with you. Hey, Kenny, good to see you tonight. And Scotty, yes, the Midway, soon, very soon. They were originally scheduled to be here in February, and that is still the case. I realize February is tomorrow. Uh, I would like to say they're going to be here tomorrow, but I don't think that's going to be the case. But within the next, I don't want to say for sure because I'm going to be wrong, but within the next couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks maybe, just waiting on a slow boat. But they should be very, very soon. All right, the C Lab kit. So this is a cool. This is really cool. So, and if anybody knows more about this than me and I say something wrong, I apologize. Feel free to correct me in the chat. But this is a kit that is being done by Doll Hobby, which is they are, I don't know how to describe it. The guy's name is Steve Iverson, and it's his company. He's been affiliated with Mobius in the past. He is good friends with Frank, who started Mobius back in the day. And Doll Hobby was actually the distribution side, the wholesale distribution side of Mobius. Frank manufactured Mobius kits, and Doll Hobby was his distribution company that he distributed the Mobius kits and other products. When Frank sold Mobius to who owns it now, the new owner of Mobius had no interest in buying Doll Hobby, so his friend Steve was able to buy Doll Hobby. Now, Steve, he's a modeler. He likes this kind of stuff. He has interest in creating kits. So as you can see, and we sell all of his kits. He's got several things that have come out. Some of these you might recognize from being old kits that he does things kind of like Atlantis is doing. You know, Atlantis is reissuing old Aurora kits, old Revell kits, whatever. And Steve's kind of doing the same thing. He's done a couple of new things. His 35th scale Chariot from the Lost in Space. This was a really popular thing that he did. So the C Lab, this, you can call it a repop, but it's not actually a repop because the original tooling, it doesn't exist. That would be impossible to repop it. So this is actually an all new tooling kit. And what Steve has been working on is making sure that even though it's all new tooling, he is trying to stay as true to the original as possible. And I don't know, he might have some percentage if you were to ask him. I don't know if it's 90 or 95 or 99% the same as the original. But they're trying to stay as true to the original design as possible and not, stay as true to the original as possible, but use modern technology to make it and make it nice. So they've been going back and forth with the manufacturer, and he is planning and hoping to have this ready sometime this year. I don't know if that means spring, summer, or winter. It's too early to know at the moment, but he is working on it. And you know, we'll have it. I don't know if I'm going to have to update this April 30th tentative release date or not. I'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, my buddy Chris just sent me a Skype. I guess everybody heard that. Yeah, my water, that noise you heard a minute ago, yes, that was my water knocking over the desk and spilling all over the place. So, uh, yay me, right? Here's a cool question. Glad you asked. So, the Hanniboo kit, which, let me grab it. I actually had this on my workbench because we're working on some things for this right now. So this is the Squadron models 72 scale German Hanniboo flying saucer, and the original Squadron guys, the Texas Squadron, I should say. This was their kit. It was all new tooling at the time. They created it, and they released three different versions of it. This that you're looking at here is our version of it. But the original, let's see, I'm going to go to Skillmates and we're going to look there. I like Skillmates. We do some advertising on there. We're in their space. So if you don't know about Skillmates, make sure to go check it out. Skillmates.com. You can find out everything you ever wanted to know about model kits there. So here is our listing for the Hanniboo kit, and this was the original version of it. What the original box looked like, and I don't know what. According to this, it came out in 2017. I guess that's right, somewhere in there anyway. So that was the original version. Now our kit is the exact same plastic parts, the exact same model kit, but we created a new box. Our artist Peter did this for us, and we did new. Let's see, how do I get back to it? Well, I'll show you in a minute. We did new decals for it, but other than that, it's and new instructions. But it's basically the same kit. After they did the original version, they created some resin upgrade parts and created this. So the resin parts stripped the guns and they converted it to what they called a civilian version. So, nothing like going down to the airport and taking a trip across the world in a Hanniboo, right? So that was the idea there. And then they did yet a third version. And again, resin parts stripping the guns, but this time converting it to what looked like an old B movie sci-fi, alien invasion kind of look and feel. So those were the three versions that they did. Now, to answer your question, Joseph, no, I do not have any of these original versions left. However, we've been cleaning out our warehouse, like we're always cleaning out our warehouse, trying to squeeze more potatoes into our sack, right? And we found some original, or this version of the boxes. Now we have re-released all of the resin parts that were included in this version as aftermarket accessories, and we've got those available now. Let's see if I can remember how to spell Hanniboo. Go away. All right. So, for example, the resin wheels, those are available separately now. The one of the things that they didn't have, they released resin gun barrels. We did them in. This is a terrible picture. I got to fix that. But we did brass turned barrels, so that's available. And then all of the other resin parts for the civilian version that stripped the gun or the guns, all here. We released all of this as a set by itself, so you can buy that. The only thing that's not included in this set is the resin wheels, and the reason we didn't include them is because you can either choose to buy them or not. And then we did the same thing with the Alien version. Let's see, there's the parts that are included in that. So those are done that way. So what we've done is these original versions of the thing. Like this one, if you want this, I've got this one. I literally just have a few of these. So we have boxed the kit up, putting our resin parts pack in there, and then you get this box. So I've only got a few of those. We're going to be putting those on the website very soon. We just finished packing them up. And then this version, I've got a few dozen of this one. I don't know exactly how many, but this version you will get. And this was a sleeve. I don't know if you've ever seen the kit, but the box is actually a sleeve. Well, it's a real box, but then it's got a sleeve, a box art sleeve over it that you can, frame if you want. It doesn't have any words on it. So this version of this was actually a sleeve that went over the original box. That's what I have. I've got sleeves, and I wish I had one here. I don't think I do. I'll bring one home with me for next week's show. But what you're going to get in this version, when we get them up on the site soon, is you're going to get our new box, but you're going to get that sleeve. So you still get the original sleeve, and then inside the box, you're going to get all the resin parts. You're going to get the resin wheels too, because on the back of this sleeve, it says that the resin wheels are in there. So, like I said, if you're interested in any of those, I've got a few of them left, more than just a few of the civilian version, and those will be up on the site soon. But unfortunately, the original one, I've got one copy myself, and it is on a shelf in the front of the store, and it's going to stay there. So that one is gone for good unless you find one secondhand. So there's that. Yeah, Chris, it's coming. It's coming soon. And Michael, so from us, probably not. Um, I would probably not make one ourselves, and the only reason for that is we represent and sell so many products from companies that are uh, way better at this stuff than me. Whether it's Res Kit or Edward or the guys at CMK, um, and I don't want to leave anybody out. We've got dozens of different companies that are doing this type of thing. So I am sure that somebody is going to have something. They probably already do, but some of these companies have so many things, like ResKit, for example. I don't know if they have what you're looking for, but they've got so many products. I don't even have close to all of them listed on our site yet. And the bad thing is, I've got, I don't know, a few dozen that just came in, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, that have been sitting on my desk waiting for me to get them put on the website. And then on our next ship, every time we order from those guys, we restock everything we've sold out of, and then we add a few dozen products that we have not got yet. So eventually we'll have all their products. But some of these guys, like Edward, man, Edward has a ridiculous amount of products. It's all good stuff, but it's kind of a task to keep up with it and make sure that we have it all in stock. I don't think that we will ever have all of Edward's products in stock all at the same time. I don't think it's possible, because just as soon as I get a restock, something else sells out. So, we'll do the best we can. But shoot me an email sometime, Michael, at info@squadron.com, and tell me what you're looking for, that you've got that 48 scale B17F. And I'll look through my list there and see if I've got something, whether it's in stock or not. If I can get it, maybe I can help you out with that. Let's see. B17 parts fit the. I don't know if you're asking if the kit part, if you can interchange the two kits together, or if you're asking if Edward, for example, parts would fit on the Revell kit. And Officially, the answer's got to be no, because when something doesn't fit perfectly, it's, well, they said it was for the Revell kit. But a lot of times, aftermarket stuff, sometimes it just straight up will not fit, depending on how the kit is molded. If you had two pieces, if it was two pieces in the HK kit, but it was molded as one piece in the Revell kit, your aftermarket stuff's just not going to work. That kind of thing. But uh, like in the ship model world, for example, I build a lot of ship models. Um, all your yard arms and rails and ladders, all that stuff, it's generic. It can fit whichever one. It doesn't matter. So um, the answer to your question is I don't know, because I haven't built those two kits, so I wouldn't be able to tell you which parts would fit. In general, some things are going to fit, some things may not fit. You just need to check the reference, and whatever it is specifically that you're doing, just make sure you check your reference. If you happen to already own the stuff, just open it up, check it out, and see if it fits. But if you're looking to buy, you're just going to have to check references and see if it's something that I've got in stock. You can call me. I'll be happy to go out in the warehouse, grab it, put my eyes on it, and see what I think. But that's the best I can offer on that particular thing. Now, I'll tell you the B-25 that I'm building for the Tiger meet at Nationals this year. The group build they're doing, it's an old monogram kit, B-25, but I couldn't. I wanted to buy all the aftermarket stuff for it. Edward, I don't know. I got several things. I got I forget where the resin engines came from. Somebody, they're really nice, but I I couldn't find the parts for the monogram kit because Edward had discontinued them. So I bought the ones that were for the HKB 25, and I'm going through. So far, I've had some luck. Now I've had to bend some things, um, not the way that Edward intended for them to be bent, uh, but I'm making it work, and I'll get probably more than half, maybe more than 75% of the parts that were intended for the HK kit. I'm going to be able to fit to the B-25 kit. Heck, maybe all of it. I'm not done yet, but I'm doing it. But I bought the HK set knowing that I might be throwing some money away because some parts just might not fit. But that was my only option because I couldn't find the Edward set that was made specific for my kit. So, sometimes you just got to, if you got to get a kit done in a certain amount of time, you got to get what's available and make the best with it. So, hey, Randy, sending me an email that comes back. I don't know what to tell you there. Are you sending it to info@squadron.com? I'm sure you are. If it's not working, try sending me the email without the attachment. Make sure that goes through. And if it does, then perhaps the attachment is too large. I can receive pretty much any size attachments on my end, so perhaps it's a size limit on the sending end on your side. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But I'd love to see the picture. If you can't work it out, give me a call sometime while I'm at the shop, and perhaps I can give you another email to try, maybe my personal email or something. I can give that to you over the phone because I'd love to see the pictures. That'll be great. That's a good question, Chris. So I've been thinking about it, but with all of the surgery I'm already doing on this kit, I don't know if I want to go to the trouble of trying to do anything. One of the uh, one of the things that I just got in, and it's not 3D printed, but if I do any 3D printing stuff, it's going to go along with this project. So on the sides of the thing, the the rail gun, it's got these platforms that you would walk on, and it's got handrails on the side. And I had to cut down the handrails because they were too tall. They scaled out to being like 6 feet tall or something. It didn't look right, so I cut those down. But then the the walkways on the platform, they're supposed to be like grate, like mesh, grated kind of thing. You can see through them, but the plastic is just solid, and it's got little raised parts on there that are supposed to simulate the mesh, but looks terrible. And The main reason it looks terrible is because that was the original version of the kit. Well, then the second and every other release since then that they called the limited edition or whatever. The I don't know how to explain it without pointing to it, but the other part, the center of the platforms, they included mesh photo etch. So you're getting both. It's like if the whole thing was the plastic, fine. But some of it's going to look awesome, some of it's going to not look awesome. So I had to find this stuff, and a lot of the going back to Edward, talking a lot about Edward tonight. Edward makes mesh. A lot of these photo etch companies make mesh. They don't make mesh big enough for a 35th scale Dora. So I forget where I found this. It was like, a farm store or something. This is for chicken houses. I don't know what it's for. But I am going to use it for cutting out sections of it and rebuilding those platforms. So, where I'm going with this, to answer your question about 3D printing, if I do design anything for 3D printing, I've got to somehow come up with the platform. I mean, this is the steel walkway on the top, but it's got the supports under it and the whole thing that holds the rails and all that. So I thought about doing that in 3D, but that's going to be a heck of a lot of work when I could probably get the same results, possibly even quicker, by just using like some evergreen styrene sheets and rods and all that kind of stuff. So, like I said, the thought has crossed my mind, but I'm going to try to resist the temptation to do that because I'm already going to spend way too much time on this kit. But who knows? We'll see. Yeah, there we go. I'm out of water. Shouldn't have spilled it, right? Let's see. Yeah, Matt. You know, I can relate to that. The there's been many projects that I like it when all the big stuff is coming together and you're looking at it and you're like, wow, look what I did, and this is coming together. And then you get to the small stuff. I'm thinking about my 700 scale battleships. You get all the big pieces put together and it's looking good. And then the next thing I know, I've spent 2 or 3 weeks building little 20 millimeter AA guns. It's like doesn't look like I've done anything. So, but hey, you'll get back to it and you'll get that thing built and it'll look awesome, I'm sure. Oh, very nice, Nick. The Leopold. All right, are you doing the trumpeter Leopold, or are you building the old dragon Leopold in 35th scale, or are you doing 72? But 35th scale, I guess it would be dragon or trumpeter, unless you've got one of those real old resin kits, which would be cool. Um, Let me know which one of those you're building. That'll be neat. Hey, Bob. Yeah, the 144 scale stuff. It's pretty cool. Let's see. I'm gonna go over here. There was some, I forget what it was, but there was some 144 scale kit that got put on the site recently that I thought was pretty interesting. Oh yeah, this one. So Academy, if you remember, um, Minicraft, the brand Minicraft, they oh well looky there, it's the logos on the box. Academy Minicraft went out or quit making models or whatever. Well, Academy bought Minicraft, and I was curious if they were going to keep the name brand or just change everything to Academy. And I guess I added this to the website and just completely looked over the fact that they've got both logos on the box. But they are starting, Academy is starting to reissue the Minicraft kits. And this was one of the new releases, and these went fast. But I mean, you can't beat those prices, so I guess that's why it went fast. But they've got that one, and you'll start seeing more and more Academy releases. When you see a new kit from Academy, um, check Skillmates. They show the history of these kits. You can see if it's in fact a new kit or if it's a old Minicraft. And I hate to say it, but I can just go ahead and tell you, you can almost know by the price. I mean, look at new kits. New kits are not $11. So if it's a if it's a really good price new kit, it's probably an old Minicraft kit, which isn't a bad thing. Minicraft made really nice kits. One of the kits that I'm excited about, that I really hope that they're going to do, I'm sure they will, is the 350th scale Titanic. That was a really cool kit, and our gold medal models photo etch set for that kit. It's one of the best selling photo etch sets gold medal ever had, and it still sells well. So I'm really hoping that kit will come back out. It was really nice. So, and Mark, going back to the seagulls, I suppose it would be. And specifically, it would be a flock of 10 of them, is how many are in that package. So there you go. And Brian, as far as I know, it's a nice kit. I don't really, or at least I haven't yet done any 32 scale stuff. Um, but it looks nice. You're probably asking me because you probably saw that it's in our super blowout section on our website. The website, and we might talk about this here another night. But if you go under all products, we've got a new section. Well, our pre-order section is the same as it's always been. Go in here, buy things that are coming soon. The future pre-order section, this is all the stuff that's been announced, but I have no idea what the price is or what the release date's going to be. But then we also have our discontinued closeouts section, and this is stuff that just for whatever reason, one reason or another, we're not going to have anymore after we get rid of them. But that Super Hornet is here, and it looks like I am down to one left. So if you want it, go grab it fast. But yes, I think those are really nice kits. When they came out, we sold a bunch of them. I didn't hear anything negative about them. So, if you want one, go grab it. I think you'll like it if you're a 32 scale guy like that. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I don't want to keep you too long tonight. And I've got one other thing I want to tell you all about that I'm pretty excited about. Let's see. Yeah, and I gotta apologize. These chats, uh, the way YouTube does this is when you say something, it's like 30 seconds or a minute before I can even see it. So there's always a delay between when you ask something and when I see it. So I apologize about that. The B-24s, same situation as the Midways. Um, Soon they're on on the slow boat, but the beat lots of high profile pre-order new items that are coming in this month. The Midway, the 48 scale B-24, the 35th scale Akagi and Kate from Border Models, all sorts of new stuff coming this month. But they're all should be start showing up within the next couple 3 weeks. By the end of the month anyway. So. Yeah, and I guess we're going back to talking about how cold it was. Yeah, that's yeah, you can keep that. It's not that cold here. Oh yeah, and okay, so I have to apologize. I messed up earlier this week. The in talking about that new section on our website, the future kits, I posted something incorrectly, and I will show it to you. The HMS Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier. I have it fixed now, but earlier this week I had it posted as 1/350th scale, and unfortunately I got a lot of people excited just to disappoint them to let them know that I messed up, and it is in fact going to be 700 scale. So that's the bad news. The good news is Trumpeter is they've got a long track record of producing the same ships in both scales. So we can just wait and hope that it will come out in 350th scale at some point as well. So, all right, scrolling through here. I want to answer a couple more questions. And then I want to show you guys one last thing before we get out of here tonight. Yeah, Jason, the aftermarket parts. Yeah, just to go back to that one more time, just check it, and sometimes you just got to roll the dice and hope for the best because sometimes you don't have any other options. So it's always best if you can buy something made specifically for your kit, but unfortunately, it's just not in the cards sometimes. Matt, on 72 scale stuff, I can't think of any right off, except maybe like I forget. I'd have to look. There's not too much in 72 scale at all. Uh, Micrometer might have a couple. I know that they've got a lot of 350, 144, and 72 scale submarines in several navies. So check those out. I've got those on the site up under Micrometer. I don't know if you know that brand. Let's see. Yeah, this is them. So check there. There may be something in here that I'm just not thinking of, but that would be where I would look first. All right, let's see. Yeah, talking about things coming in both scales. That is got to be got to be coming. All right, that I'm gonna stop there with the questions. I apologize if I didn't answer your question. I'm trying to keep this Wednesday night thing to about an hour, but we might increase that in the future because I really enjoy answering these questions with you guys. It's a lot of fun for me. So, but I got one more thing I want to show you, and it's actually one of the last questions that was just asked. And he says, "Has the mobile app been released to the Apple Store yet?" And that is actually what I want to tell you guys. So, oh, what was that? Matt. Oh, yeah, Micrometer. They are good. Yep, check those out. So, yes, the Squadron Hobbies app in the Apple iPhone store, it's active. It's live. It went live today. So you can go and it is coming for Android. So if you have an Android phone, I apologize that it's not ready yet. From what I understand, going through this whole creating an app process, I was told that Apple is the harder app store to get your app put into. And most people get them into Android before they show up in Apple. Well, just like most things in my life, it's backwards for me. So if you've got an iPhone or an iPad, I get it's supposed to be in the iPad format. It works there too. But if you've got that, you can go to the iOS store, search for Squadron Hobbies. You'll see our logo there. So that's it. You can see some preview shots of it like they require. Download that. Now, when you download it, and where am I at here? When you download it, you'll see it on your desktop there. Got our logo, says Squadron. The first time you open it and install it, it's going to ask you if you want to allow push notifications. Now, I'll be honest with you. Most apps that I install on my phone, I don't do the push notifications because I don't care. But I would encourage you when you install the Squadron app, allow the push notifications because I'm going to use that to send you guys special announcements, sneak peek on new releases. It'll be cool stuff. So it's not going to be something coming from who knows where. Any of the push notifications, they're going to be coming from me. I'm the one in charge of this app. I'm doing the push notifications. Now, I do have some automated push notifications set up, things that just I don't even know. There's several of them. Might remind you about a kid or something, or it might tell you thank you for placing. I don't know, things that are automated, but it was still things that I set up to be automated. So make sure to do that. And then when you get in the app, the first thing you're going to want to do in the My Account section down at the bottom, go to My Account and sign in. If you have an account on squadron.com. That's the login credentials that you sign into your app with. As soon as you sign in, it's going to sync your phone to our website. Your wish list is there, so you can add things to your wish list on your phone while you're sitting around, looking at your phone. And then when you get on your computer later and log into your Squadron account, those items are going to be in your wish list. The shopping cart, if you add things to your shopping cart on your phone, they're going to be there when you get to your computer shopping cart. Supposedly. It's supposed to work. I've tested it. Knowing my luck, something's going to go wrong, but that's the goal. And you'll be able to go in here, and it's basically just a shopping app. It's not a game or anything like that. It's a basic shopping app. You'll be able to go through, see the products, see the pre-orders. From time to time, we may have exclusive sales that are only available in our app for app users. We might have, I don't know, we might have early bird access to pre-orders that we know are going to sell out and we're not going to get enough. You might be able to place a early bird order on your phone and make sure to get one. So we may have, I don't want to leave the website guys out. So it's not like we're going to always have exclusive stuff on there. But we're going to try to do some interesting things there. But it's a really good shopping experience. Our mobile website, using your phone for our mobile website, it's not the greatest, I admit. But the reason that I haven't spent too much time upgrading that in the past year or so is because we were working on this and I knew it was coming, and this is going to be so much better of a shopping experience than even the best mobile site. So make sure to check that out, Squadron Hobbies in the iOS store, and coming soon for Android. I hope sooner than later, but as soon as that's ready, I'll let you guys know that as well. So awesome. And I see some of you guys are already installing the app, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy. It is brand new, like literally today. So if you find anything weird on it, send me an email. Let me know. I'll go in there and fix it as quick as I can. The first thing I noticed when I installed it today is I went to the armor section right on the front page, and poof, there's all the battleships. So I had to go in there and fix that. So there's probably all sorts of little quirky things in there. But if you find something, let me know. It'd be nice to hear from you, and hopefully you enjoy it. So that's that, and that's going to wrap it up for this evening. I've got a lot of. I posted that Lancaster video today, and for the last several weeks, I always say I'm going to do these videos. I'm going to do these videos, and today I finally started going through some. So I got that Dam Busters video put up. Tomorrow I've got the videos on these pig models items coming up. You see behind me the Ponto set for the Yamato, and I've also got the 1/16 scale engine for the German half track back there. Those will be going up, and then I'm going to start working my way through all the Kitty Hawk kits. One of the things that I found out just yesterday about the Kitty Hawk kits is the original versions of these things. They had these, some, not all of them, some of them had these special initial release resin figures and other accessories with them. The new versions, they don't have those, but they still have them on the box. Why? I don't know. I'm asking the new owners of Kitty Hawk if they're going to release these resin figures that we can sell as aftermarket, so at least you can have them. But I gotta start going through these and figuring out what was at one time available that may or may not be included with these kits. So I'll be finding that information out. And I'm just going to work through all these. I really like showing you guys what's in these boxes. The what's in the box videos, the whole idea of that series of videos that I've been doing is you may not have a local hobby shop in your town. And so you may not be able to go down and see the brand new Tamiya Wildcat that just came in today. So if you were at the local hobby shop, or if you were at a model show, you could walk up to my booth, pop the box open, and see what's in the box. So my what's in the box videos, that's the concept. I want to just take the kit, take a few minutes, open it up, and show you what's in here. It's not meant to be a review. It's not meant to tell you if the kit's accurate. It's not meant to tell you if it goes together well. None of that. It's simply me being in the local hobby shop, the Squadron shop, or my shed. I guess I need to get a sign that says Squadron shop here. And opening up and showing you what's in the box, and that's the closest I can get to you actually being here with me. So that's the idea. But every time these new kits come in, I'm going to try to go through them as quickly as I can. Some videos are going to be more in depth, like the midway that I did last week. Some of them are I'm going to kind of fly through it, like I did that Dam Busters video today. I showed you a few close-ups, but then I just kind of said, yep, here they are. I didn't even open the bag. So it's going to be a mixed bag. Some videos are going to be more detailed than others, but that's the concept. If you've got any specific kit that you're kind of thinking about buying, that seeing what's in the box might push you over the fence to go ahead and place in that order, send me an email. Tell me what you'd like to see. I'll grab one from the shop, bring it home, do a what's in the box video, then you can add one to your stash if you like what you see. So keep an eye out for that. I'm hoping to have more and more of those coming on a more regular basis as I continue to get my groove on what I'm doing and how I do them. So we'll get it figured out. So that's going to be it for tonight, guys. I really appreciate it. This, like I always say, it's always fun on Wednesday night hanging out with y'all. And I'm looking forward to next week already. So y'all take it easy, build some models, and give me a call sometime if you need anything. I'll be happy to help you. I look forward to seeing you next week. Y'all have a good evening.